up, folks? How y'all doing today? This is David Allen in the Land of Possible, and I'm freaking excited. I got my car back, and I can't tell you how happy I am to be able to drive. Yeah. With that being said, let's talk about something, folks. We are going to talk about how that Trump is the puppet master, and there's no denying it. All you have to do is look no further than the Corona briefings every day that all the other networks stopped covering because they were giving him too much press time, and which makes no difference because it pops up across all social media platforms anyway. And it's absolutely crazy to me that people don't understand and don't see. They do not see how he manipulates people. Whether you hate him or you like him, he plays them like a fiddle to get his message out. If you hate him and you don't like him, you're going to play his narrative, you're going to play what he said, where you can go twist it, but his message is still getting out there, because even bad publicity is still publicity. And then you have the people on the other side trying to look at things and see what he's talking about, just to make sure that what he said is true. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And then you have the freaking press corps in in the damn White House. They are horrible. And I mean absolutely horrible. How in the world do you let a Chinese propagandist from Hong Kong get up and able to try to push that crap, that propaganda, the love for China? Basically what she was doing, if you've seen it that day, she was talking about all the wonderful crap that they had done. And of course, Trump called her on it because that's what Trump does. And then the White House Press Corps Association, or whoever runs that, need to be ashamed of themselves to even allow that to happen. And then you have a conservative like AON, who keeps getting pushed down because they don't like the questions she asked, because they ask because basically they are a conservative new organization and they don't like it at all. And then you have folks that ask them questions, got you questions about different things, and Trump calls them out on it every day. And when he calls them out on it in such a way, and there's nothing they can do about it. Early on, it was, can you guarantee, and this was early on, can you guarantee that everybody who needs a ventilator will get a ventilator? It's a pandemic. We don't even know how big it's going to be. Nothing's took place like this since the H1N1, which was 6 months down the road after it had already run its course, and thousands of people have already died, that somebody finally did something about it. So nobody's going to know. Nobody knows. And then you have other people trying to come at Trump and ask him a question about gas prices, and Trump asked him, you know what the gas price is today per barrel? The guy was like, I don't know. And then Trump asked him again. He said, no, I wouldn't ask him either. But the press is always trying to get him. They're always trying to hook him, and he's always using them to get his message out. Good or bad, they're putting it out there to trying to think they're smearing him. But I got news for you. The up and coming journalists, the people that are really putting out the news, that are doing the work that the mainstream media used to do, it's people like Tim Pool and others that come on, they fact check everything before they start speaking. And love him or hate him, they're just trying to get the actual factual news out. And there's more and more people online doing that, so you don't have to turn to the mainstream media anymore. And if you really pay attention, you'll begin to realize that a lot of the news that you can get and do get, you can get through just keeping up with social media, and it will come up long before it's ever talked about. So the mainstream media is slowly dying. All of them, CNN, I'll even throw Fox in there because they're supposed to be more conservative side, but they've been letting more and more iffy people come in, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I only say that to say all this. They can try to scream they got Trump all the time, like they were trying to say, oh, look, he owns part of the company. That's the reason he's pushing the hydroxychloroquine or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The stuff he's been pushing for a minute. Hydroxychloroquine. Yeah, that. Hydroxychloroquine. Been pushing that. But he didn't. I told the folks when I first seen it, I put a message in the comment on it was on the ABC's, or I believe it was on the ABC's news feed. And I seen it and I was like, you're sheep. And I just waited. And I waited. And less than 25, 30 minutes later, you just kept watching. And folks just started fact checking that story. And the more they kept fact checking, you realize, oh, he owns a mutual fund. And in that mutual fund, there's a little bit of that stock in. And I can guarantee you, he probably didn't know where he had. And it took them forever to dig it up. And then they tried to twist it. And he's not even looking at his company right now. And he hadn't been looking at it for 3 years. Because it's in a blind trust. It's not like Bush going to fight a war over oil and knowing he was jacking the prices up of oil and making a killing. So, I mean, it's just crazy. He is the puppet master. He does things and gets the media riled up in such a way that you cannot help but know and understand. Love him or hate him, he knows how to manipulate the media to get the way he wants. And it drives folks nuts. My last example would be with the World Health Organization. And everybody was just talking about, you'd heard whispers about the numbers not just adding up in China and things weren't just right. And there's 1 billion people in China and, things just were not adding up and things didn't sound right. And then Trump's like, we're just going to have to cut funding off. I'm thinking about cutting funding off. And that exploded everything and then what's been coming out. And get to looking, there's other leaders around the world that ain't happy with China. There's other people around the world that ain't happy with the World Health Organization. And, the little slip of his tongue, he knows what he's doing. At first, I thought he was crazy and he really didn't know. And I think he said things sometimes. No, I honestly believe that his slips of the tongue, that people call it, are things that he says. Sometimes he's doing it just enough to prick them just enough to get them to move in the direction he wants to get them in and get folks talking about certain things. I'm excited. I'm happy. I got my car back. That's what I wanted to say today. I appreciate you listening. If you made it to the end of this video, I'm happily excited you did. Please like, comment, subscribe. Be back at it again. I'll upload another one in the next 2 or 3 days. Y'all have a great and wonderful day. If I ever get to 50, I'll start putting more consistent videos out. I hope y'all have a great and wonderful day. Wash your hands. We're on the backside of this pandemic, folks. Just hang in there. Hope you have a great day. Peace.